Take a look at this trade right here. This made me 211% in 23 minutes, and it's literally the same setup I smack every single day. Most traders will completely ignore this because it looks too simple. They want some crazy 42 indicator system or a fair value gap to validate their bias. Look, this isn't witchcraft. When I simplified my trading down to just this one setup, everything changed. I stopped losing money and started actually making it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you exactly how I spotted this trade, why I took it, how it played out. No BS, no complicated theory, just a raw breakdown of what actually works. Because honestly, you're probably going to watch this and think, that's it? Yeah, that is it. Simplicity works. All right, let's break this down. How to double your portfolio in 1 month. Okay, so this is how to double your portfolio in 1 month with just one simple setup. Let's go over something. Let's go over our trading checklist. What is a trading checklist? So a trading checklist to me is I like to think, hey, before I enter a trade, what boxes am I checking before I get into it? Remember, this is a risk business. I get paid for risking my money in order to make a return on my investment. First things first is a stock needs to have range, okay? If there's no range, we're not going to make a trade. We're going to dive into this a little bit further. Next, you need to have a defined clean trend. No random poppies or droppies or swipes off the bottom and getting stopped out over and over and over again. No, you need a defined clean trend, okay? Remember Mr. Clean, guy with the squeaky head? That's the type of trends you want to be trading, not random wicks going in random directions. You also need to know our trading plan. What is your trading plan? If a stock does X, you're going to do Y. But what if it doesn't do X? Then you got to go to Z and then you got to do A, right? You always want to be prepared for the unexpected. This keeps your head in the game and prevents you going on tilt. And lastly, so where's the entry? I've covered my entry system in detail. However, I think we need to provide a deeper breakdown. Let's dive into it. What is range? Very simply, okay, the way I understand range. Now, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong. However, I break things down in a simple way so you can start making money. So if you want to disagree with me on range, by all means, knock yourself out. Range, how much a stock is moving. No range means a stock is not moving. A big range means it's making large moves. So let's look at an example of a no range versus a big range. We can see here, this stock is doing the Gucci snake, okay? It's just kind of zigzagging. It's slithering your money away. Big range, big clean trend up, big clean trend down. It's big, beautiful. It's squeaky clean. That's what we want to see. If you're trading options, trading the Gucci snake is going to leave you without a Gucci bag. However, a big clean trend will allow you to get some A5 Wagyu with your family. Where does range come from? This is a question I get all of the time. Where does range come from? Range comes from the daily chart. Nothing in the stock market moves off of a 1 minute fair value gap, okay? This doesn't exist. They move off the daily chart. Everything in trading derives from the daily chart. A lot of you have DM'd me. Mind you, if you always have questions, you can feel free to DM me. I'm happy to answer them. But I get a DM every day. How do you look at daily charts? How do you look at daily charts? Can we go over daily charts? Daily charts, daily charts. Okay, we're just going to cover this very simply. We can see here on the left that this stock is building. What does that actually mean? It means a tight daily chart or a tight daily range. Okay, look, it's kind of just Gucci snaking. Just kind of Gucci snaking. And it's setting up what we call a breakout. Now, if you want to pull out your trusty little, pattern finder thing you bought on Amazon, I'll draw it for you really simply. This is what we call a breakout. You call this a flag, an ascending wedge. Doesn't really matter. It's forming a tight range. Don't give a shit what the name of the actual range is, what the pattern is. All I know is it's resting for a big move. What happens when this range breaks out? You can see, here's our pattern, okay? We're just going to freehand it. And look, it breaks out and gives us big, clean trend. There is no trend when it's building, okay? You're building a house, okay? You can't move tenants in if you don't have water and electricity. However, you can move them in when you got the pool ready, electricity works, and you got people paying you money, okay? Real estate 101, cash flow and bad hosts. So you can see, daily range, it's breaking out, it's trending. This is where options traders make their money. This is where options sellers make their money. If you are an option seller, you want to sell into this. If you're an options trader, okay, meaning you're buying calls and puts, you want to trade this. Very simply. What is trend? Trend is the direction after a range break. Remember what a range break is. If this is our range here, we break out of it. This is our direction, or we can break below it. You want to make sure you always practice bullish and bearish depending on market conditions while you're learning. Really good tip for you. No trend. Random pops and drops, okay? This is the poppy, droppy, droppy. This swipes off the bottom, you getting stopped out, blowing your portfolio, going on tilt, because every time you take a trade, it goes against you, and then back down, and then back up, and then you just go on full tilt, blah, blah, blah. You know the story. That means there's no trend. Clean trend. Directional moves, okay? Remember, Gucci snakes. There's no clean trend here. Mr. Clean, big trend to the right, big trend down. That's what you want to trade as an options trader. So let's look at it. We look at the same charts before of a stock versus trend versus, we looked at the same charts of a stock that has range, and we're just going to apply the theory of trend. When a stock is ranging, has no trend, random pops and drops. Imagine you came in here and you thought this was a bear flag, so you hit this short, and then it went back up, and then you're like, oh, maybe it's a long, and then it goes back down, and then, oh, maybe it's a long again, back down, and then you understand the story. You've probably been there before as an options trader. There is no trend. Okay? Why? Because a stock doesn't have range, so therefore you cannot trade it. Now let's look at a stock that has a clean trend. We can clearly see this stock is going up and to the right. This is a monstrous move. It breaks this flag and it just keeps going higher. Breaks another flag, keeps going higher. The stock gets tired, breaks the trend to the downside, and now it is trending to the lows. This is how you make your money. You play it up and then you play it down. And here, you're just going to be guessing if it's going up or down, and you're going to blow all your money. This is a clean trend versus a no trend. So now we just went over exactly what daily charts do. So let's look at these two charts down here. What are they doing? What is this chart doing here on the left? And I'll explain it to you. This chart is forming a range. It broke out of this level here. Okay, you can see it broke out, came up, and now it's pulling back to a short-term moving average, and the range is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. All the people that loaded in here, cough, cough, definitely not me, are now selling this rally, waiting for a pullback to then re-add at a better risk spot to then take the stock higher. Okay, so here is your tight range. It breaks out, and now the range is getting smaller and smaller. It's resting, forming another flag. On this chart over here, by the way, this is AMD. Okay, this is the AMD chart. Over here is the Amazon chart. So we'll type in Amazon over here. Sorry, not type in, we're gonna draw it. Amazon forming a tight daily range. Look, yes, it's trending, but you don't have that ferocious big trend pop out of this little channel here, or however you want to draw it. Doesn't matter. You can see that this is a baby dribble type trend, and you want to see the big squeeze out of it. And look what happens. Look what happens to AMD over here. It breaks the flag and trends to the upside. 3 days of gains on that trend break. Sorry, on that range break. Look at Amazon here. It breaks out of it, okay? Breaks out, retests it, and then puts in a nice, beautiful, big range on the daily. Okay, if we have a big range on the daily, that means we likely have a clean trend. So what is our trading plan? So let's start over here with AMD. Okay, so this is the AMD chart right above. This is our daily breakout level, 162.09. What does that tell me? Intraday, if price comes down and taps the daily breakout level, what is that? It's actually just a retest, okay? It's a retest of the daily breakout. So what does that tell me? If price comes down into this zone down here, buyers are going to be present. Everyone that missed the daily breakout is now waiting for a retest of the daily breakout to accumulate and launch this higher. So therefore, I don't care if it breaks the pre-market low. It is not a short. It is a retest on the daily. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for it, the buyers to come in, step in, confirm the daily breakout is happening, and then it has to meet my parameters to go long, which is break the pre-market highs. So I'm looking for what we call a scoop dunk, okay? So it comes down, taps it, breaks above, tests it again, or tests an EMA, and goes higher. On the right side here, we have Amazon. So Amazon did not open, okay? The stock is opening above the daily breakout here on the left, But I'm now, since it's below the daily breakout, I'm looking for a break of the daily breakout, come back down, retest it, either in a level or an EMA, and then continue higher. You're probably going to ask, well, where is the entry? The entry criteria doesn't change, okay? What we're doing is we're understanding what the big picture is doing. AMD did exactly what we thought it was going to do. Came down. Now, did it tap it to the exact penny? No, but buyers are clearly present in this level here. Why? Because everyone's trying to buy the daily breakout retest. What happens? Institutions come in, they buy it, and then boom, they push it over the pre-market highs. Very simply, this is just a pre-market high retest. Look, huge daily candle here. Sorry, huge intraday candle here. Pops above it, retest. Look at the wicks off the bottom. Clearly buyers coming in here off the ADMA, off the pre-market high, clean retest, and this thing's gonna launch. If we look at Amazon, big goofy candle off the open. Buyers are saying, today's the day we're gonna break that daily range and we're gonna get paid. I see that, I wait, it comes down, retest the daily breakout to the absolute penny right here, and this thing goes absolutely nuclear. So let's look at it. Here we go. Pre-market high retest. Clear buyers in here, clear buyers in here. Above the daily breakout, this is a breakout long. You're going to add more size. This is a triple plus. Doesn't get any better than this. You're not going to buy one contract here. You're going to buy at least 101 contracts here. Look, breaks above, taps the pre-market high, launches to the sky. This trade right here, 157%. All within about 40 minutes. Okay, you don't play games here. You hold this. You don't just sell for 20%. This is a big daily breakout. You have to understand what the big picture is doing. That way you can size accordingly, maximize your portfolio, maximize your gains, and you don't sell too early. Remember, this is just a daily flag breakout. Most of you know what a bull flag looks like. Okay, but if it breaks out of the bull flag, you're going to buy calls. Now imagine this on the daily chart. You're going to hold this a little bit longer and really try to maximize your gains because you understand the big picture. Let's look at Amazon over here. Amazon, very same thing. All it did is come down and tap that daily breakout. I'm loading that up, loading it. There's no question, loading it. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. You know why it's fine? Because I made 211% on this trade. So if I stop out for, let's say, I don't know, 20%, all I need to do is hit one 200% multi-bagger and it erases well over 10 red trades. So that's why I don't care. I don't care if it's going to fake wick me out. And in this market that's been super bullish, we just been going up and to the right. So you just got to maximize what the market gives you. We will have a short day soon and I'll be there for it. We actually hit a bunch of shorts on Mondays and Tuesdays on the chips, and therefore we are now taking it long. This is how you do it. This is my edge in the market, okay? It's understanding that big picture. That big picture of what's actually going on. What is the daily saying? What is the daily saying? Am I chasing it? What am I doing? Are we extended? Are we retesting these daily pivots or these daily breakouts? What's the trend looking like intraday? Are we breaking the ranges? Is there clear money to be made? All of these things you need to understand in order to be a trader. It's really not that complicated. The best thing you can do is just go through big breakouts. Okay, if you see Tesla just went up and to the right. Look intraday using the LE model and just go through it and just see what did it do intraday. Screenshot it and put it in your journal. This way, it'll become muscle memory to you. You don't have to worry that it's going to be, oh, well, I'm going to miss it. You're not going to miss it if you actually put the time in. I've been doing this for 6 years. I have literally thousands of screenshots of this happening on bullish and bearish. So I know when it prints, I'm hitting it and I'm not selling for 20%. I'm going to hold it. So this is how you double your portfolio, is understanding kind of these big picture breakouts. And now, if you're interested in learning more about my scalping strategy, if you like and comment the word LE model, I'll DM you my free guide. I made a complete video on how I actually scalp this intraday. You can literally copy it. It's free. I don't even need your email. I'm literally just going to send you a link and you're going to start making money. So there you go. As always, super happy to see a lot of you DMing me. Having a ton of success. And, if you're on the verge of success, let's talk. Shoot me a DM. Have a wonderful evening. Peace.